る雲風をさいて翼のように夢を描くよ時代静止進む空宝というお嬢探しに行こう島の影鋼の帆で希望を揺らして海賊の笑顔自由の証今日もごちそう仲間と笑顔揺れるコンパス胸が
Good evening. We don't need to mess around with anything this evening because we're still playing the same game, which is unlike us. Tuesday should be a new Dungeons and Discussions over on T-Shirts channel. My schedule should be just about back to normal on my main channel. And don't forget, this isn't my main channel, so subscribe. Grim Streams on YouTube. All right, let's bring in the players. Doink, 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 doink.
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 Hey,
he's deceased.
In theory, chat messages should automatically pop up on the side now.
Oh.
But we shall see whether it works because it's a beta feature.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute, you said beta. I thought you were British. Isn't this supposed to be beta?
Yes.
Like
no,
aluminium?
Beta max. Alpha, beta, gamma. Yeah.
What about aluminium?
Yes, aluminium.
Or data?
That's how it's spelled. Americans should know better.
And herb, because there's a fucking H in it.
They're not herbs.
Oh, how do you pronounce OFTEN?
Often.
Say it how again?
Often.
And T-shirt?
Often.
Often.
There's
Just
no
so
T
you know,
in it.
there is a T in
Yes,
it,
there is.
but there isn't.
Nobody pronounces it that way.
Yes, they do. Lots of people do, but I don't.
Maybe y'all
Obviously,
don't.
I have a fellow often.
Hey, maybe y'all don't. But down here we do.
I'm from Michigan. I always said it was a Midwest thing, but then I discovered other people that did it. I don't know why.
I'm a southerner, sir.
Technically, Texas, I think, is partly in the Midwest, in the northern portion.
No.
Texas is so goddamn big, it's like part of everything except the north.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of German folk who moved there, so it gives it a real Midwest feel in parts. But
Yeah, Fredericksburg.
Not part of the Midwest, man.
And there's an entire Norwegian town, too.
Much as I find linguistic discussions fascinating, we should probably play.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the old joke? People who can't tell the difference between etymology and entomology bug me in ways I can't put into words.
There you go.
I love that one.
That's a good one.
It is a good one. All right. Does anyone want to do a quick recap on what happened last time?
Somebody better, because I wasn't here last week. I was COVIDed.
We captured a new warship. We now have a war frigate from pre-dissolution or universe smash up or whatever happened that created the current conditions.
Yeah, it came from before the Automaton Revolt.
Right. And so there, once we took control of that, we discovered there's all kinds of interesting technology integrated, and we are taking it to a Pirate Cove type hiding spot so that we can start building our fleet of pirates.
Okay. Well, I guess
Not what you thought was going to happen, was it?
definitely not. I guess Neal's little floating restaurant is still right there and part of the fleet.
Yep.
Well, the hulk of the frigate is barely operable. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of zenith to make it shipshape and Bristol fashion. So you've got it tucked away at that Junker Cove that you found for the time being, and the dock fees are going to get to be a bit much, but eventually you should be able to relaunch it. Now, do I remember what some of the guys from that place were called? Did I write it down?
Oh, wait. Did we want to go back? If we go back to the Junker Cove, somebody made promises. I thought we were going to go back.
Oh, true. No, you were going to go back to Burke, weren't you?
No, we were going to go to the hidden cove where we found that chest.
Yeah. And the information broker, Burke, who you were dealing with prior. Yeah, he's probably never had this said about him before in his life, but he's probably a safer bet to leave the ship with. He's probably less likely to double cross you. So.
Right.
All right. So, yeah, you've left that there. Him and his crew have done their best to hide it by strapping a whole bunch of nets and things covered in junk all over it. But you need to get back out to work to cover your dock fees and, gather bits and pieces that you need. So you've gotten word that an arcane engine of suitable vintage exists on a floating island far, far to the south, or what passes for south, down where things get hotter and more equatorial in terms of climate, at least. The dealer gave you a piece of rock to guide you to it, because in our world, the compasses home in on wherever stuff was taken from. And didn't really ask for anything in exchange other than to be part of your crew when you get the warship up and running.
Arr. Man, I wish the Wayfarer were here and not just me, because we're going to about to depart on a long cruise. I did not take another level of Wayfarer. I took Tinker so I could get those magic orbs. Okay.
Shouldn't Neil have leveled up? Probably.
Yeah. I don't know how many XP we currently have, or we were supposed to have.
Currently at level 9 total.
9?
You're level 9?
Total.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking at once.
Yeah, so we've had... This is the 6th session. Assuming you earn at least 5 XP per session, you should have leveled 3 times.
Okay, because I'm only at 6, so I guess I need to level 2 more times.
Yeah, so we also do level 8.
So, do you want to handle that quickly now? Do you want to do it yourself, or do you want to?
I can do it. I'm getting very good at this.
I think Bao is taking some extras. He's
well, so you can only level 1 level at a time, and you automatically level if you have over 10 experience points.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. I was just laughing at it because everyone's going 8, 8. He's saying 9. So
9.
9. You are not level 9.
Actually, I think instead of taking the elementalism, ritualism stuff, I will level into Wayfarer, because June's probably traveled all over and it makes sense for her to have Wayfarer, so it also gives the added benefit of having somebody to pilot if necessary.
Okay. So yeah, you get the crew on board. You've got the thing for the magical compass. You know where you're heading. It's going to be a fairly long trip. Hopefully, you can trust Burke to look after the warship, but he'll probably look after it okay, because it would be very useful for the pirates to have something that powerful on side. So that may be why he's being so helpful.
We could leave Rowan behind and some of the others to keep an eye on things.
Yeah, you could leave a few of the crew behind to make sure nothing untoward happens.
I think Rowan would be a good candidate because he's got the big gun. So.
Is there any other preparations you want to make before you leave? Just to remind you of where you are at the moment. Let me see if I can find the sheet for it. Yeah. So currently you're parked up at the Rintik's Teeth, which is the pirate haven nestled amongst a scattering of jagged islands like the fangs of a long-dead god. Rintik's Teeth is a haven carved from wreckage and rebellion, shrouded in near constant mist, barely above the cloud sea below, and notoriously hard to find. Shifting magnetic currents and other issues can disrupt compasses and can make it difficult to navigate in the area, which is why only the most daring and sought after of pirates hide there. Yeah, it's a fractured labyrinth of coral-encrusted shipwrecks, rusting gunships, and rope-slung villages draped in prayer flags and smuggled silks. It does a rare trade in mutated fish, drugs, stolen materials, all kinds of other things. And it's run by the Pasadaran, which is the local major pirate outfit, who wear red kerchiefs and silks and are a violent bunch of bastards.
All right, so we are going to be navigating. Yeah. Do we have other than
by werewolves?
Yes. The compasses. Are there any other ways to increase our navigation skill?
You could buy some up-to-date charts, but that's always a bit of a risk.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a constant trade in charts. They're all going to be out of date to some extent.
Right.
But if you pay out for decent charts, you could get bonuses, or reduce the difficulty at least. So
maybe I could make something. Oh, so how what is the time frame? Because I want to do I wanted to be able to do some upgrades on Portent.
Okay.
I need like 6 days, I think, to do both of them.
Just a sec.
By the way, I did contact Need Games not too long ago to see when their Natural Fantasy book was going to be available.
Mm-hmm.
And they said sometime in September. Oh, September, October.
Yeah, there seems to be a really long lead time between it.
I don't know why. I mean, it as popular as the stuff is, you know, and they have just about everything back in stock except the high fantasy book and the press start, which nobody actually needs that one, but
no. All right. It'll take you about 4 weeks of travel through the skies.
How long are we staying before we head there to get the supplies and so he can work on his portent?
Well, you can work on
Well, I
that
just need how
onboard
long.
ship.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can work on that onboard ship. That's not a problem.
Well,
Right, and I just need to be in port to gather supplies.
Materials.
But I've been picking up stuff the whole time.
okay.
no. So it's Neal.
The reason why I was asking is
just like you.
because
In
Grim,
fact, I was inspired by you.
Quinn is going to take it, since now we're at the port where I left him. He goes back, finds his little shark buddy that Niall tried to cut up, who's probably bigger by now, and see if the shark can lead him to any of the local schools of flying fish so he can go and round up some, so Niall will have plenty of fish for the journey.
Yes. Make a... Let's see. Well, probably Drakon is doing the actual hunting, isn't he?
Well, both of us.
Okay, well, make a Dex plus Insight roll.
Okay. So, 11.
11. Okay. Hang on. Difficulties.
Can I blow a Fabula point? Because we get one for this game anyway, right?
Yeah, everyone gets one Fabula point.
So I'll actually blow one and re-roll that my crap roll.
Okay.
Here. So that brings it up to a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you get a really good haul of quite ugly fish that live around here in the mists and the clouds. It's a bit of a sort of unique microclimate around these islands, and the fish reflect that. They're either blind or they've got enormous eyes to gather as much light as they can in the mists. Quite often they have bioluminescent lures. They don't look very pretty, but the local cuisine has managed to make them palatable, and Neil's probably picked up a few tricks from the locals for that.
All right, so we bring a big net with them, like me and Drakon both pulling on a big net of them together onto the deck of his like the front door or whatever it is of his cookery. And with a stick, I'll be sitting in front of it, like beating them dead. Bang, 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 bang. Meow, meow. I got something for you. Bang, bang. Trying to stop them from wriggling around. Meow, meow.
Wait, this is the same guy that was concerned about killing the shark.
That's different.
And now
just
you're
regular fish.
ruthlessly bashing fish.
Hey, I brought the shark with me. He helped me find them.
I think
These are regular fish. These are the eating kind. There's a difference. One's smart, one's not.
Is Neil pleased with his bounty of fish?
Yeah. Neil looks at it like, this gives me some inspiration on what to cook. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll find fish where we're going, so if I figure we go and hunt for some fish, because see, and I show him, see silver. This is the one you were going to eat. He showed us where these ones were.
It must be handy to be able to talk to fish.
Yes, I can talk to fish.
Yes. In game terms, Grim, does this mean that I can gather more ingredients? Because I always need ingredients.
Yes. How many ingredients do you normally gather with a roll? Or is it just... anytime you're inside a settlement, you gain SL ingredients, which in my case is 1. Okay. Well, with him doing a lot of the hard work, you can pick through the fish for the special ones, so you can have 2 sets of ingredients.
All right. Well,
and the rest is just rations.
I could always use more sweet and more sour.
So yeah, I can let Silver swim around, right? You're not gonna eat him though.
No, it's fine. I think we can let him live. He's a pet.
Okay.
He is now. He was originally a messenger shark, but
Yeah, but that's what kids do. They collect things.
If your inventory is empty, you might want to spend money to replenish that.
I don't have a lot of money to buy inventory.
Mine's
So.
full.
Oh shit! Where did
I
put
only
my
have
inventory?
120, but I did luckily take a level
No,
of
we like
Wayfarer.
accumulated 1,000 and something last game.
Yeah, nobody's been handing me any money. So
I know, and that's like I forgot I was gonna do that. And
Yeah, I don't have any either.
remember-
But I think Bao has all of it that we collected.
I
imagine.
might. It could happen.
He is a guildsman. You know, that's what they're known for.
And I will just surreptitiously remove Bao from mistrust to hatred.
Money grubbing, explodey brat.
I'm making stuff with it. Damn.
I am too.
Yeah, I know. So, nobody's asked me for money yet. I'm happy to give out money, but nobody's asked me.
Okay, let me put it a different way. Do you enjoy eating?
I don't understand what that means.
It's a simple question. Do you enjoy eating?
Yeah, I still don't understand that. I don't know what that means.
It means it's a yes or no question. Do you enjoy eating?
Again, we're at an impasse.
Because it's very difficult for you to eat if I'm not cooking anything. And if I don't have any money, I can't buy ingredients to cook things with. You see?
Yeah, didn't you just like get a bunch of stuff? I mean, we just spent an entire adventure so that we would have money to buy stuff. We've got money to buy stuff. That was the whole point.
Excellent. So then you'll be happy to share some with me so I can buy stuff.
Of course I am. How much do you need? See, you don't communicate clearly. I don't understand your words.
I'm speaking the same language you are.
Yeah, but the meaning behind the words seem to be different.
No. I'm a restaurateur. I make food. If I don't have ingredients, I don't make food. If I don't make food, you don't eat. It's very simple. I can't make it much more simple than this.
Bao, why don't you just give us, say, 500 Zenit each month? I don't know, with bonuses applied for various things we help you with, as you are
Yeah,
our
that'd be
captain.
No. The point we everybody's can have equal shares. Just at no point has anybody said, "Hey, where's my share?" That's all.
Well, I know you're holding a share for our deceased friend as well, aren't you?
Deceased friend.
The robot.
And what were we going to do with the share for the deceased friend?
We should do something. I mean, she sacrificed her life for you.
Okay.
You could easily distribute it to the crew. That would be quite helpful to everyone else, because she's no longer with us.
Well, yeah, of course. There you go. Exactly. That's what we can do.
And when I say the crew, I mean us.
Yeah, I know. I knew that.
How about 100 Zenit each person who's playing, and the rest goes into petty cash?
You got it.
Okay.
That's actually pretty much what was prepared to do. So that worked out perfectly. I was gonna at some point you were gonna force me to make some sort of proposition, and that's what it was gonna be.
Right.
I can't believe I have to explain this stuff.
You need food to live. I make food. Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Yes. And just to put a more fine point on it, 10 Zenit is per ingredient. And that's with a random taste. It's 20 if I want a specific one. So if you know, how shitty do you want your meal?
Right. So does Bao hand out the money?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. So when he gives me the 100 zenith, I go to Niall. Niall. Get the stuff to make the spicy ones here, and I give him my whole 100.
Okay, I'm definitely okay. I'm going to spend that 100 on food for him.
Okay. Is there a spicy flavor ingredient?
There is not a spicy flavor ingredient, unfortunately. However, perhaps that is my secret goal: is to find the fabled 6th ingredient.
So what
This
are
is
they
where we
again?
find out
Sweet,
the Asian fantasy world does not have spice.
Bitter, salty,
bitter, sweet.
sour, sweet, or umami.
Mm.
I don't know. I think spicy is a flavor. That's
I
what
do too.
think.
I think so too. In my opinion, spicy should be a flavor.
Neil's special hot sauce.
Well, I mean, that is a possibility. I mean, my other option was to go into town and start gambling.
I mean, that is a way to get more Zen.
It is. Or lose it, or possibly get yourself thrown out of town if I start using my special cards.
No, you can't use your own cards.
I just happen to have a Kang here. You don't mess with the Kang.
So replenishing inventory points for anyone who wants to do it. It's 10 zenith per point.
Okay, so
Yeah,
100 zenith divided by... I get the best
Now I'm
price.
starting to wish that I took the ability Wayfarers have that allows you to regain all inventory points per travel roll made.
I mean, Chef, the gourmet is really kind of a fun class.
Kind of blue mage, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Surprised Edward didn't play it, but
Well, I wanted to not be me.
okay. And that is a perfectly cromulent idea there.
All right. Is there any other prep you want to do other than buying ingredients, refilling your inventory, taking on rations and water,
And
tuning up
rum.
the ship, and rum? Yes.
What about the rum?
Yo ho.
Because Quinn's getting bored. Quinn, Drakon, and Silver are taking one of the fish that's not dead yet and playing keep away, tag, like scare the fish. It goes one way and it attack and it goes the other way. And all around the ship, just fucking crazily.
Yeah,
everything we fly by.
Yeah, everything smells of fish. There are scales everywhere. As you chase this poor tormented fish up and down the decks.
Wait
All
until
right.
I take a role in Wayfarer that allows me to get a pet and it turns out to be that fish.
Who is acting as navigator?
I am.
Okay. Do you have any background skills or anything applicable to piloting the ship?
So I currently took well-traveled, which allows me to reduce the die rolled for travel rolls by 1 size. Does that
Okay.
help?
A little. All right. Make insight roll to set a decent course.
Okay, and unfortunately, it's not going to go in. Oh, that's for setting the course, my bad.
Though, in a timely fashion, our pilot has arrived, I think.
Oh,
Never mind then.
Hello.
Hello. We are sailing far, far away to find a part for the big wrecked ship.
And you're the better pilot.
Yeah. So could you make an insight roll for us, please? Mr. Caster.
welcome. Get to work.
I'm pretty well stocked up on ingredients now.
Is he frozen?
Maybe.
Or
Yeah, I
has he
think
just
he might-
forgotten what a D8 looks like?
Well, you know, his power grid is running on that Flint water, so there's no telling.
It's just a hamster in a wheel.
He lives in Michigan?
Yep.
All right, fine. Back to plan A.
All right.
Jordan, you roll.
Somebody roll, we'll go.
Uh-oh. And he's going to rejoin just as I roll. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can
Now,
do this.
Is there like a help? Because I'm a wayfarer as well for one level, but all I have is my jigger jogger, my portent. Can I still help in some way?
I mean, other people can help with the navigation. They have to make the same
I
roll.
got a 2 and a 1.
A 2 and a 1. Okay.
Which way are you going? Not into the island. We're trying to go away from the island.
Okay, so I'm going to try to help here with an insight. What? It's insight?
Insight, yeah.
And
I shouldn't have taken I knew it.
Shit, insight. I should have been the one going.
yeah, 13.
I got 10s in both of them.
Okay. So what was your total
I'm a
roll?
wayfarer.
Witch Queen, what was your total roll?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just wanted to check there weren't any bonuses or anything. I don't think there were. So, okay. But yeah, that's pretty freaking terrible.
Yeah.
We're lost.
He doesn't get us out of the port.
The metal
Okay.
on the
Lost
ship
it
is
before.
scratched.
So instead of 5 weeks, it takes you 6 weeks. But you're going through quite a lot of empty air, so I'll only roll for encounters once per week. Right, and your special ability reduces the difficulty of the travel rolls?
Yeah, it lowers the die by 1 size. So minimum
Okay.
D6.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, wait. All right, 5 weeks. Shit.
Sorry, I'm a bit disorganized today.
It's okay. All right, so 5 weeks, 20. After 28 days,
Mm-hmm.
I can have an item project finished that will help us with navigation. Just a second. Let me pull it up here. Just needed to see how long it was going to take me to do it. Okay. So it alerts the party. It's a skyline compass array. Alerts the company to danger during overland or airship travel. Obviously, airship travel improves route accuracy and gives the GM justification to re-roll random encounters or bypass confusion. I can only use it 3 times.
Yeah,
I'm back.
that sounds okay to me. What, huh?
I said I'm back.
Oh, okay. All right. So it has been a very long and largely uneventful trip. Towards the end of the automaton revolt, automaton vessels scattered everywhere throughout the aerosphere, trying to find places to hide where they could return later, and ships were dispatched to hunt them down. So that's why the rumors of this scrap out this way seems to be the likely bet. But it does mean you've been very far from land for a very long time, getting on each other's nerves and so on. It's the fourth week of what is turning out to be 5 weeks of travel, so longer than you expected, at least according to the compass. When the air unaccountably rapidly begins to cool, a thick mist forms in the warm, sweaty air, and the ship descends downward, skimming just above the cloud sea beneath, as the sun begins to set in the far distance.
So it's been getting warmer. We were headed, quote unquote, south.
Yeah.
Or tropical.
So it was getting warmer, and now more tropical, but now it has got unaccountably colder.
And we have decreased in elevation. Do we know why did we decrease? Did that just happen because of the air pressure, the amount of lift we had?
The cold air cooled the levitation stone, the Arion.
Gotcha.
And so you sank down. But you're still above the cloud sea, so yeah, it's should be fairly safe.
Are we still on course to where the compass is taking us?
According to the compass, yes, you're still on course.
Ironcaster, I've royally screwed up the roll.
Oh, there he is.
Are the skies clear?
Well,
there's quite a lot of higher cloud around, and visibility is going down as this mist forms out of the hot, humid air.
Right, the hot, humid is hitting something cold. What do we know as a tinker? What do I know could possibly be causing this? And I did roll 14.
Ironcaster, you're probably better off without your video, so you're not so lagging.
But how do you any better now?
Robocaster.
Yeah,
but at least we can hear you now.
Kind of. Sorry, what did you roll on your insight roll?
14.
Okay, so whether you're in the north or the south, sometimes there are big intrusions of cold air from the polar vortices. It could be that one of those has projected itself north from the southern polar region. Or there are some creatures and some pirates that use elemental magic to slow down or partially sink enemy vessels before attacking them.
Well, then that means Niall's going to be making some nice, spicy, hot noodle soup.
Are we?
Everybody?
So, are we dragging Neil's restaurant with us right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've formulated or created like a what do I want? It's not like a bracket, just a way to hold it. I can't remember the term on a ship that
like a helipad
or linkage. Grim, Grim, I'm gonna fly off me and Drakon and fly ahead of the ship since it's hard to see right now, and make sure there's nothing that we're gonna apparently run into or attack us or whatever. Just get some eyes forward.
Okay. Right. Can you make... Oh, it's going to be insight again, please.
Yeah. I don't say it like that. I just take off like a dumbass.
Yeah.
But 16.
16. Okay.
Have we considered putting a bell on Quinn?
I still can't hear you very well.
Something Quinn, but that was all I heard. And you got again.
Davit. The word I was trying to remember is a davit.
Okay, none of us would have thought of that.
No. All right. Sorry, what did you get on your insight roll?
16.
Okay. All right. You and Drakon go shooting out ahead of the ship as the sun continues to set, turning the cloud sea pink and yellow, almost the color of sky salmon. When you spot 3 shadows just below the surface of the cloud sea, scooting along, and they seem to move to be in time with you and Drakon as you fly, sort of keeping pace with you directly underneath.
What well springs of power are around here? I can drop the 2 at a time.
Air and darkness as the night falls.
Darkness isn't one of them. It's air, earth, fire, lightning, and water.
Okay. Well, dark is a form of damage, but okay.
Yeah, they don't have a wellspring for it, unfortunately.
All right, air and bolt then.
Okay. That's not really going to do what I wanted to. Well, I guess I can try to just juggle it. Try to juggle a blast of the bolt of the lightning to give us to try to light up that area underneath. Like not actually shooting it at somebody, but just sort of like arcing it back and forth.
Charge the lightning field. Okay. Do you just spend for that? I can't remember the mechanic.
Yeah, spend 5 of my mental.
Okay. And what's the effect?
It's normally damage, but I'm just trying to arc it, like not add anything, just to create a light.
Okay. All right. You pull on the charge being built up by the temperature difference and the cold and hot air moving past each other, and arc a bolt into the clouds below. You see 3 insectoid shapes about twice the size of a man, wings spread out, keeping pace with you beneath the surface of the cloud sea. The last crackles of the electricity fade away and leave after images on your eyes.
All right. Well, this might be dumb, but I sweep down and go, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" And then in whatever language I think they talk, and just change languages until I can able to talk to them.
Can you speak to insects?
Yeah, I can speak to anything except for the undead and constructs.
Okay. Right. As one, they say food and sweep up out of the clouds to attack you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Kick. Can you make an initiative roll, please?
Yep. Which one? I forget which dice that is.
It should be on the GM screen. Battles.
Isn't it D10s? It's insight.
It's probably insight, I would have thought.
Whatever it is, it was.
Remember, I was the highest one last time.
Yeah, exactly. He's actually the best at it, but we never let him do it.
Yeah, it's the 2d10. That's right. Yeah, and nobody ever let me do it. 19 plus 4 is 23.
Okay. It's Dex plus Insight.
Same thing.
Okay. So what did you get again, sir?
23.
All right. You get to go first. You're the only one engaged at the moment, though everyone else on board ship will have seen the lightning and heard the rumble of thunder and probably realized it was magic. But what do you want to do? They say food and
I run
sweep
for the
up
ship.
out of the clouds.
I run for the ship.
All right. You turn tail and run, and they pursue you. Can you make a Dex plus Might roll, please?
Oh, these are not going to be good. 9.
11.
Can Drakon help? Like, can he grab my ass?
She need a girlfriend for that? Wait a minute, you're a kid.
He's my
could-
faithful
all right,
protector.
roll for him. Same roll.
Oh, yeah, that's way better. 17.
Okay.
He's got
But
2
he's
12s,
assisting
so-
you, so that adds 1 to your roll, which takes your roll to 10, I think.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, they still catch up to you, despite Drakon doing his best. You speak dragon, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he says, you've been eating too much of Neil's fish stew. You've gotten heavy and bulky. Too much drag. And then the things swoop in and attack you from all sides. What is your physical defense?
6.
6. Okay, so that is Dex plus Might. That's a miss. That is.
You missed? How?
Then it's everyone. Someone else's go. You see these things pursuing Quinn as he spirals in towards the ship. One of them snaps at him, barely missing his leg with its mandibles.
Can I shoot
wants to go
one with how far away? I have a long range weapon.
Yeah, you can lob a shot at them.
Shit. What am I going to hit him with? It's going to be. So, all right, here we go. I am going to shoot them with a gas bomb, which, all right, so it's, oh, fuck. 7.
Okay. Where's their defense score?
They can't be lower than 7.
No, it's 11.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you quickly lob the shot through the air as
It
Quinn
passes by them, and poof, a big gas bomb goes off ineffectively behind them.
But it looks very dramatic, especially with the setting sun behind it. Yeah, through the.
Oh, it looks like a chrysanthemum. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Very distracting. All right, another one tries to bite Quinn. What was your defense again?
6.
All right, this one manages to get hold of you with its claws and sinks its fangs into your calf muscle. You take 14 physical damage.
Jeez.
And you hear it say, fresh.
Is it Argo?
And somebody
yes,
else.
Someone else now. Who wants to go next?
I would. I bet you guys would like me to go next, too.
We
Sure.
do.
Maybe.
Because you're a bonus guy.
Yep. I'm not just your bonus guy. I'm also your delicacy guy. So, okay. We're gonna whip up a delicacy really quick. So give me just a sec to refresh my brain on the memory on this. Okay. So I'm gonna do 3 ingredients. We're gonna do something crazy this time. See what we come up with. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 5, 11 means each of this delicacy's targets suffers the choose one, dazed, shaken, slow, or weak status effect. Delicacy deals 20 of a particular type of damage to its target. This amount increases to 30. If I'm not 30. Number 11 says each of the delicacy's targets treats their choose one as if it were 1 die size higher. Okay. I'm just going to apply 2 of these to our enemies. So they are all going to be See, which one's really the best one? Is it weak? Is the one that destroys your strength, isn't it?
Yeah, weak lowers their might.
Okay.
Slow lowers their dex. Yeah, and so on.
Okay, so I will weaken them, and I will deal 20 points of poison damage.
So, Graham,
Okay.
can you narrate how this actually works? I'm kind of curious. How do you
Yes.
see this happening?
1 second.
This seems like a Game Master ad lib challenge.
Well, it's like Niall comes out with a pot of noodles and stuff and throws some ingredients in and stirs it around a little bit and then whips it at the opponent, like, with his chopsticks, and all of a sudden well, either that or they're splattered by it and they get affected by it either way.
Interesting.
Uh-huh. And it gets better. How many targets are there?
There's 3 of these creatures.
Okay. Here comes the fun part. So I picked up Weapon Master so that I could get the Veilstrom ability, which when I perform a melee attack, I can spend 10 mind points to choose one option. The attack gains multi 2, or I can increase the multi property by 1 up to a maximum of multi 3.
They're at range, though.
That shouldn't matter.
Yeah, well, you just said Veilstrom melee attacks.
Oh.
Melee range. Ooh.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to figure out. So do you throw the food in their mouth, or do you jump on them and shove it in their?
Well,
gob?
just listen. It says you use an action, combine 2 or 3 ingredients to prepare a delicacy, and choose one option. You apply its effects to yourself or an ally you can see, or perform a free attack with a weapon you have equipped. This attack deals no damage, but you apply the delicacy's effects to each enemy hit by the attack.
Do you have any ranged weapons?
No, I don't. My chef's knife won't work.
The chopstick throwing thing is kind of funny, actually.
I thought that was actually really funny to be.
It's glorified doing it with his hand. So
yeah, you can just throw something.
You twirled the noodles up on your chopsticks and flicked them across right in their mouth. To me, that was what I was picturing.
That's what I was thinking too. But okay, hang on. So let me go to
a flare. That's range for me.
I can throw cards too, and the cards can definitely hit things at range.
Well, there you go.
Just do that one. That was fine.
All right.
Go ahead and let somebody else go while I resolve my cards real quick.
So you're doing both. Can you do both at the same time?
No, I can't do both. I have to forego the.
Grim,
if you forego the food.
Yeah, I have to forego the food because they're not in close range.
Grim, there's 3 of them, right? 2 have already attacked, 1 hasn't. The one who hasn't, since we're waiting for him to figure out what to do, I'll summon up the lightning again, and I'll hit him with a static bolt of lightning. That way he suffers slow. And
your action this turn was to run away back towards the ship. So you've had your action this
I thought
turn.
that was last turn.
No,
No.
Nearly. So it's either Jun or Devlin.
I will go and I will attack with my Blade of Finality using Soaring Strike.
So that allows you to strike at range, right?
I believe, yes. Says it may target creatures that can only be targeted by ranged attacks. If you hit a flying target with this attack, you may force them to land immediately.
That's a good one.
And I just I imagine it's basically like I just swing the sword and it like a blast of air.
Being forced to land up here would be bad.
I'm not going to.
All right. Can you make your attack roll, please?
Yes, I can.
Get the one who hasn't bit me yet, by the way.
I will do that. So it's willpower plus dex, and that's D8 plus D8. That's a 14. And
that will be a hit.
And that is 8 plus 15 damage. So that's 23, I think.
Yep. Okay. Is there any special kind of damage?
Let's see. No, it just says if I invoke a bond, I can deal double damage to that bond.
Okay, so you run out onto the deck up to the prow of the ship as Quinn comes spiraling in towards you. You sort of narrow your eyes, line yourself up, and make a sweep with your sword. There's a glint of bluish light, and the tip of the wings on one side of one of the creatures are sheared clean off.
Oh, by the way, did
and
we
that one,
heal and get magic points back yet?
yes, you will have had your magic points back.
Okay, cool. So I'm at 43.
All right. So the remaining creature tries to bite Quinn and fails utterly. It was put off its stroke by having part of its wings cut off. So that leaves Devlin and Niall to go.
Oh, Niall's ready. So,
Meow.
yep. So I'm playing 2-pair, which is called Double Trouble. I deal damage equal to 10 plus the highest value among the resolve cards, which is 6. So 16 damage to each of up to 2 different enemies that I can see that are present on the scene. This type of damage will be fire.
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 Okay. All right. You draw your cards, summon the power out of them, and hurl flames across the void into these insects. They barrel through the fire, seemingly rather unfazed by it, though their carapace is slightly blackened. They don't seem that worried by fire.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, because I'm about to... Hey, Gunsmoke, Devlin, I think I should make a gun for you, and I was thinking of making one that did earth damage. What do you think of that?
I think it's a pretty well-grounded idea.
All right.
We will try and understand you. Devlin has a sore throat, clearly. All right, but surprising all of you, a much larger version of these insects with an enormous ovipositor sticking out of its rear end comes up out of the clouds right in front of Quinn. And jabs at him with her stinger.
I don't know if I have time to pull out a...
Damn, that attack cost me a lot of mind points, too.
Ow. Okay. Quinn takes 17 points of poison damage as he's stabbed by a giant magical praying mantis thing.
Can I spend a Fabula point to alter the scene that
Yes.
Drakon gets stabbed instead of me?
Yes, he throws himself heroically in front of you and gets stabbed instead.
Yeah, and he shakes it off because he's immune to it.
Yeah. Fuck your poison. Honey dragons don't care.
Yep.
All right. So it's just Devlin who hasn't gone.
It just would I have that earth pistol?
Something pistol.
I have no idea why my seems up like this. I apologize.
Devlin,
All
maybe
right.
you typed it so we can know what
Type
you're saying.
it.
I was about to say, why don't you type it in the private chat so we know?
And then one of us can just reiterate it so everyone hears what you wanted to say.
Yeah, that could work.
Her job is just to read what just to repeat what the computer says.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang, that food attack was going to be fun too. Oh well.
You don't have the earth gun yet because Bao hasn't built it yet.
Right.
He left the chat,
Next turn.
unfortunately.
Next turn.
So whatever your normal weapon is, you can use.
Ironcaster isn't in the chat anymore, so I don't think he can hear us.
Nope, he just dropped out again.
Yeah, he's having serious problems.
We'll give him an extra turn if he manages to come back. All right. New turn. Who wants to go first?
Me! I run away!
Run away some
Down
more.
the hole! As fast as I can!
Okay.
Stop running.
Yeah, you come barreling in to the ship and land with a thump on the deck with the insect things coming right after you at high
Yeah.
speed.
No, I used my action to go in the like down through one of the holes.
In.
Not on. In.
You dive down through one of the trapdoors into the lower decks.
Slamming it
rebounding
behind
off
myself. Cowering in fear.
Drakon blocks the passage behind you. It makes horrible growling noises at anything that might follow you. Nope.
Next.
I sounded
Their turn.
So, say something?
I sound any better.
No.
It's not my day.
Is someone streaming porn in 4K in the other room or something?
Yeah. Someone got like a huge download going or something?
Illegal
No,
raids on your property?
I'm so frustrated with this. This is ridiculous.
Just back up your talking with some text so we know what you intended.
I know.
And you figure it out. We'll give you a couple of turns when you decide what you want to do.
And well, can I use the ship to ram bugs?
Yes, if you go now.
So we are talking Dex and Insight.
Yeah, let me have a look, because I think you use the ship's stats, but you can boost the capability of the ship. So I need to find the ship stats again.
Conveniently, the bugs are coming right to the ship now since someone's running away.
Yeah, so should be pretty. There we go. The Zeitgeist. Right. This will. Oh, it's got a ramming prow, so that should help. So roll D12 and D8. Well, roll your own Dex plus Might first, and if that hits effectively, then the ship gets +1.
6 and 12.
6 and 12, 18. That's very definitely a hit. So that is 22 points of damage. Okay.
Into the big bug.
Yeah, into the big bug. Okay. All right. You turn the wheel, crank the engines to full speed, and fly forward, smacking into the larger female bug, cracking its carapace and sort of carrying it with you a short distance. It turns and makes a very angry buzzing noise. Right. Right. The big female bug glows green. Light pours out of the cracks in her carapace and all the joints. And a pheromone haze blasts out in all directions.
Oh no!
Oh no!
The other bugs all suddenly look really, really hype.
I bet they do.
Yeah. And they seem to redouble their efforts. Who wants to go next?
I'm going to go next.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going for a Fabula Ultima point into an Echo round and shoot one so that it becomes disoriented, suffers a GM discretion emotional flashback.
Is that what the Fabula point does then?
Well, that's the effect. I want to use the Fabula point to make it really intense.
Okay.
To like stun it so that it basically drops
Well,
from the sky.
Wait to see if you hit first.
6, 6, 12.
Okay. That's a double. Is that a
That's-
crit? I
That's a crit
think it's doubles.
if I hit.
Yeah. Critical success.
Yes.
Both dice share the same number, and that number is 6 or higher. The result is critical success. If you're a critical success, your check is automatically successful, and you get to apply the effects of an opportunity. So, opportunities. How much damage does that do?
It doesn't. It just does conditions.
Okay. So what we'll do then is we'll
cheat.
double the effect of the condition. Which one were you aiming for? The queen or the bugs?
The queen, the biggest one.
Okay.
Oh no. One of the new hyped up bugs. Yeah. I was
Oh, they're
calling it
not
one of the-
news. Just the.
You know what I mean?
normal-
Newly hyped up. Newly hyped.
Yeah.
The new and improved pheromone-induced rage.
The rage bugs.
Okay. Despite being hyped up from all the pheromones engulfing it and kind of frothing at the jaws and antenna twitching wildly, your blast hits it, and every last drop of strength seems to drain from its body, and it plummets out of the air before it can reach the ship and disappears beneath the cloud sea. One down. There go. The next one barrels in towards Bao, where he's on the side of the deck, and tries to grab him. So
does my little robot? He's my defense.
if he has the ability to defend you, otherwise you'll have to spend a Fabula point to have him get in the way. I rolled 13, which probably hits you.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna have to use a Fabula point to have him get in the way so that I can.
Right. And then
No.
that means he's struck instead, and he takes 17 physical damage.
Gotcha.
So
Ouchie.
yeah, he leaps in the way at the last moment, and the gigantic insect slams into him and starts ripping and tearing away at all that armor plating you only just fixed.
Yeah. And what was remind me? What was the roll? Because he's updated, but not that much.
I rolled 13.
Yeah, you hit still.
Yeah.
Even 12 now.
Okay. Right. Who's up next?
Me.
What do you want to do?
All right. Well, first, got to draw my hand. I do it on screen so that, oh, I got a Joker. Okay.
Is that good or bad?
No, that's good. Joker is any card in the deck.
Hmm.
So here's the deal. It looks to me like I've got a full house here. Let's see. Because here's a 5, a 6, a 7, and a Joker. What can I do with that?
Not a full house. That's a straight.
It's a straight, yeah, sorry.
What can you do with the
Okay.
straight?
That is a blinding flush. 4 cards of consecutive values. If it was the same suit, it would have been even better. You deal damage equal to 15 plus the total value of the resolved cards to each enemy present on the scene. So that is 11.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Let me get that. So that's 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 6. So that is 25 plus 15 equals 40 damage. This is light damage.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. The highest value of the cards is odd, so it's all dark damage. So it's 40 points of dark damage.
All right. You draw your cards, flip them into the air. They become charged with an enormous amount of mana energy, and great black tendrils blast out and strike each of the remaining insect creatures. One just disappears into the darkness, never to be seen again. The queen is horribly injured, barely able to hold herself up in the air, and rapidly sinks back down beneath the cloud sea. The last one is cracked and smashed with ichor leaking through its carapace, and decides discretion is the better part of valor and dives down beneath the cloud sea. Encounter complete.
And I'm down to 5 mana because between 2 castings, it burned out 60 mana.
Wow.
Yeah, I burn a ton of mana with this character. That's why I got the food as my backup.
Gotcha.
Don't forget you can spend IP to restore mana.
Yeah, but I'm hoping I don't have to do that during. I mean, I'm hoping I'll regain it naturally with a night's sleep or something. Hopefully, won't get attacked again.
I got a quick question. Who's the best at initiative other than me? I got a reason for it. If somebody can tell me, like who wants to be leader?
Neil has a -1.
I have 2 8s, 2 D8s.
2 D8s. What does Devlin have?
What's the Dex and Insight? 2D.
Yeah.
2D10.
Yeah.
2D10.
Yeah, he's the best.
Okay, so I go up to Devlin. I'm like, he's all crying next. He got stabbed and everything. I don't want to be a leader anymore. I don't want to be explorer. And he gives him I give you my explorer belt. Obviously out of character. It's so that we can get a +4 on the best roller, which will be useful.
Ooh, sweet.
All right, so add that to your character. And I'm taking that one.
That's your accessory now. All right. A few more days pass fairly uneventfully, but the open skies that you've become used to start to become full of familiar but different floating islands. They're much more covered in greenery here. There are great long vines draped between different islands. As you watch, you see a plant on one island sort of bulge and explode, and it fires out a vine that strings all the way across and hits another island, and then starts to haul it in towards the other island. Seems like the life here has got a way of kind of joining itself together.
Oh, they're making a new island.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't fly too close to those, though.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody start humming the Jurassic Park theme.
Yeah. Life has found a way.
Bad feeling about this.
Object.
Tyrannosaurus in a hot air balloon drifts by, pops his monocle. Good lord, humans!
Oh shit! There goes the planet.
How did you put that on? Miss Henry?
Wasn't easy. Who's acting as lookout?
As
Who has the best insight?
Yeah.
I've only got an 8. So.
I have a 6 in
I thought
insight.
it was. Is that not insight? In insight,
it would be insight. Well, no, it'd be insight willpower because you've got to continually pay attention. So.
It's not Quinn because he's in the bottom of the ship crying his eyes out because he got spooked by the monster.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm
In that
still
case,
at
it's
D8.
D6 plus D8 for me, so that's a maximum of 14.
And I'm D8, D8. That's the best I can do. All my stats are D8s.
My character's actually the best one if somebody wants to come and console him and get him to come out of the thing.
Sure, man. So I go down and go, hey there, little buddy. What's going on, my friend? What little buddy? What's the matter?
It shows you a big ass wound where the thing bit him like side to side across his stomach. It hurts. Look at this. There's blood gushing out.
Well, so that's part of being a pirate. Is every once in a while, you
get bit.
We get to accumulate scars. See, and the more scars you have, the more vicious and terrifying pirate you will be. So with these scars, you're like probably one of the most terrifying pirates now on board ship. What I'd recommend is go put some bandages on and then show the rest of the crew what a strong, powerful pirate you are by go standing lookout.
And you earned that scar.
I'll ask Niall if he's got something to fix it. And I go.
That would be a good idea to start.
And I go look for Niall. I ask him if he's got anything to fix it.
I do when I have mana, but other than that, how about some fresh ingredients? I'll just cook up something nice for him. Actually,
hearty meal.
Well, I mean,
healing potion.
if you will let me, I could. I know it's technically not a combat situation, but I could treat it like one and do a cooking check and see if I actually can whip up something healing.
But what if you whip up something damaging instead?
Well, then I wouldn't use it on him. I'd be like, oh, I'll put that away for later.
That would suck.
Because I only have 3 combinations right now, so I don't really have any healing stuff yet. Well, actually, wait a minute. I do. I have salty and umami, and that lets targets recover from weak status effect and 40 hit points.
Yep, I'll do it.
Okay, so I will burn a couple of ingredients and whip him up something salty and umami tasting, which Edward's probably a better
toast.
Yeah, probably a better describer for that than I am for salty and umami, because all I can think of is Japanese soy sauce.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You always go umami Japanese. I mean, that's where it is. I'm thinking, like a nice aged tofu with probably some fermented pickles or something.
There you go. So that's what I'll serve up. It may smell a little bit funny, Quinn, but I promise it's good for your wounds.
I eat it, and once I'm all healed up, I feel great. Okay, I'll go watch. And as I leave his kitchen, I snag one of the chef's hats and go, I want to be a chef now. And I go stand watch.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was a chef like me?
All right, you going to make that roll?
Yes, make an insight.
Ooh, 19.
Okay. You make your way up on deck and stand watch as you continue to sail into the night. It's long past your bedtime, but pirates don't really have a bedtime. It's one of the main...
Neither do cooks, because people show up late.
True.
Yes, and you're a pirate cook, so, doubly so. But you spot some lights in the distance. For a moment, you think they might be creatures or skyfish or something, but gradually you're able to make out that it's a building of some kind, nestled in the roots of a gigantic blossoming tree, which itself is hooked onto an island that is just free floating there. But you can see lantern lights. Maybe you can stop off there, get some rest, get some proper healing, get recharged and revitalized.
I call down to Devlin to point it out to him. Hey, there's lights over here. Look, just off the side of the ship.
That's the starboard, kid.
Starboard.
Apparently, Devlin's having a stroke. So.
Yeah. I have a setting question then. So one of the things I'm used to seeing at sea is rigging, right? And you can tell a lot of about a ship during the day and at night by its rigging. At night, that rigging has lights that are in different configurations that will tell you what kind of ship it is. And the same goes for shores, where as you're coming up, you will see lights and flags rigged that will tell you where you're headed. Do we see those types of information in this setting in general, or maybe here in particular?
In ports and places, you would typically see signal lights. Different militaries and so on, and civilian authorities have different light codes, which makes it a bit confusing. This just looks like household lanterns, maybe paper lanterns, but there's a slight greenish cast to the light where it reflects off whatever building that is, but it's still too far away to get any real detail.
Is this any better?
Okay.
Sorry, Bun.
Is this any better?
A little bit.
Lightly.
Yeah, a little better. Keep talking.
Let me see what else I can do to.
No, that was pretty good.
That's not
That's a lot
bad.
better.
Yay! All right, no, I'll be probably ordering a new microphone. See if I can't just change my setup.
Tighten the string between the cans. That helps.
So Devil's gonna go shouting. That's called the starboard, kid. You're looking off the starboard.
Okay. So does Evelyn take us into port or into this tie up at this place?
Yes, I'd say so. He's gonna quickly spin the wheel and have a big showy turn as he's like finally getting to do something exciting other than kind of flying straight into the void of the air.
Yeah, just following the compass. Yeah, so you get a bit over enthusiastic and tilt the ship and go flying in towards this place. Gradually, it reveals itself as the moon light begins to filter through the higher clouds. And as you draw closer and the lanterns light up more of it and your eyes get used to the darkness. Yeah, nestled in these roots is a temple built of a soft-looking green stone covered in intricate carvings. There are roots and creepers all over it, and this gigantic tree above it is just exploding with blossom. And as you get closer, petals start to fall all over the deck and form little sort of drifts of petals as you get closer and closer.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Why does this make me think of the Lotus Eaters for some reason? Is anybody falling asleep? I remember an episode of Star Trek where this happened.
Nobody is falling asleep, but it is a very heady, sweet smell.
What's Star Trek?
Yeah, it's a thing. Trust me.
How do you know of the Star Trek that? Because I'm the only one from that world that I vaguely remember something about Star Trek.
Oh,
How-
maybe the stories that made their way around.
Right. I am Bao Ying. I have access to a vast depth of knowledge. The Akashic memory flows through me. Sometimes I just talk out my ass and just never.
And nobody can tell the difference. Right, so you bring the ship up short of the island, and you see a figure in a long, flowing green robe walking along with a stick with a pair of rings on it, rattling and clanking as he comes up to the edge of the island, right on the precipitous lip of the rock. Hello there.
Oh, yeah.
General Kenobi.
So we're looking at Green Rock. We're looking at a guy with a staff with rings on it. Does any of this ring a bell? Seem familiar? Make me go, oh, this is what's
If
going
you
on.
hand him a lightsaber, he'll throw it over his shoulder.
This is kind of the other side of the world from where you're used to being, though islands do drift around.
Mhm.
No, it's not anybody who's had any dealings with the Boom Boom Guild, so you've no idea who or what this is. Do you need shelter?
Yes. Yes, we do. We're looking for a shelter to relax and take on some new stores if fresh water. Can you help us out?
We'd be happy to trade with you. A moment.
Excellent.
He bonks his staff against the rock. The rings jangle, and from the sides of the island, there's a couple of loud bangs, and great long creepers fly out and wrap around the ship and start pulling it gently into the side of the island.
Okay. Hey, so what was that? That's we saw some plants that seemed a little more vehement about self-organizing. Is that what's happening here? Are we gonna be able to leave now?
Of course. I simply have to command the plants to release you. We've domesticated many different breeds of plant here. This is Thornspire, our temple.
Thornspire. So we're, travelers. We're on our way towards the end of a mission, but our biggest concern right now is we do not want to be poor or difficult guests. So if you could tell us, what are the worst things that we could do to offend you? Because we have a poor habit of doing that, and we'd like to avoid it this time. Because you really seem fairly decent.
Well, it makes that actually really easy if you give us a list of everything we shouldn't do, just so we can.
And probably keep it out of Quinn's hands.
Well, all you need to do is be polite. Do not steal anything. Though we are peaceful and pacifistic. So we are hard to disrupt, hard to annoy. Come, let's get you inside. You must be very bored of the inside of that ship.
Okay.
Not impossible, but we strive for serenity.
All right. Well, so just so you know, though we are of the more benevolent bent, we're a crew of pirates, and so everybody's going to want to come off and enjoy a little shore leave. And our concern is, how much alcohol is on this island, because we don't want to turn them into a madhouse.
We do not partake ourselves, but we do brew a plum wine and a plum brandy. People are welcome to trade for it.
What do you trade? What are your needs?
Food, knowledge, news. We tend to drift in less populated areas of the sky, so it's usually a long time before we see anybody.
We have lots of knowledge that we can share in cornucopias of plethoras ad infinitums. But do you have water and food that you could perhaps trade to us for our stories?
Of course.
Babu. All right. Liberty call, liberty call. All hands on liberty call. Now, liberty call. Duty sections 1, 2, and 3. Duty section 4 shall remain on board.
Okay. Thank you. So, does this count as was resting up in a port?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I can get the ingredients. Plus, I probably got some along the travel too. So
probably. Yes, we were doing rolls once per week. So, what do you need to roll to get ingredients?
Nothing. It's a traveling cook. After every travel roll, you acquire the cook, and you get SL times 2 ingredients.
Okay, so you had 5 options of picking stuff up.
Grim, you made it 6 weeks because he rolled.
6. Yes,
6. All right, I'll roll up 6 ingredients and then get some more for camping here effectively.
Grim, Quinn flies up into the tree and finds a nice branch and starts talking to the tree.
That's why I was curious.
It is an enormous tree. Truly humongous. It dwarfs even the temple in its grandeur. It's thick, gnarled, twisted. Gigantic bugs meander over its surface, but they seem fairly amiable and haven't attacked you. You try speaking to the tree, but it doesn't say anything back.
It'll take some time. Maybe it needs a while to get used to me and start yattering at it.
It might be a dead tree.
Maybe it speaks way
Oh,
slower.
it's healthy because it's got the blossoms and everything.
I'm just thinking tree speak might be slower.
Might be.
Ooh.
I don't know, but I speak to all living things. So.
Yep.
Even
Okay,
trees.
so we have
Music came up.
Yes.
We have hit the beach, ready to go out on liberty. What joyous pirate liberty activities are awaiting us?
Well, as you get close to the temple, you hear choral singing. And as you get closer, you realize the whole temple is carved out of huge blocks of jade. On the inside, there are paper lanterns free floating everywhere, guided by small enchantments. A couple drift down to follow you around as you come inside. There are monks all over the place in their green robes, tending to flowers and tendrils and roots that intertwine through the whole temple. It's not like they've invaded the temple, it's like they're meant to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
There are also deep carvings in the walls, and occasionally a little spot of green light passes through these gouges in the walls, tracing some sort of pattern.
Is there... I mean, so we're looking at a hippie commune, not a liberty port.
Pretty much, yeah.
Some little potato-faced girl walks through and says, "This shit works."
There are no ladies other than any you brought with you.
What? Oh, well,
You're gonna have to do it like the old pirates in my world.
All right, who's putting on the wig?
Hey, I make the food. That's about the most noodle stirring I do.
But you toss the mean salad.
Oh.
Come, sit, rest your weary bodies.
I ain't adding any Alfredo sauce to your noodle, thanks.
Would you like some food? Perhaps we eat simple fare, but
maybe you'd like something a little bit more punched up?
I thought you might wish for a break from cooking.
Yes, well, if it's a choice between bland and spicy.
It's not bland, it's a delicate flavor, but the fruits that we have here I think you'll find most delightful.
All right, I'd like to experiment with some of those.
A couple of the younger brothers from the temple come over to the table and benches where you sit down, and they put out some big bowls of delicately scented and flavored rice, pickles, some dried fish in the center of rice balls, and a selection of exotic-looking fruit that you've never seen before.
I'm so suspicious by nature. I just can't help myself. I'm looking at this fruit, and I'm going to do a little alchemical examination of it. Pull out my little chemical test kit.
Start smashing grapes into a beaker.
Yeah, something like that. I have rolled double 6 again. 12 plus 1 is a 13.
Okay. $13. Okay. It is fruit. It is attuned. It has an affinity for the human body. Like more so than domesticated species would normally have. It's almost like it's been created out of magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, fruits aren't normally attuned to humans. They're attuned to
Hey, Mal.
plants.
Yep.
Well, check out the private chat link. You'll like that.
I have an idea.
Mr. Bao, normally we eat our food. We do not do whatever it is you're doing.
Well, that's why I asked in advance, was there anything that I needed to know about? Because it might happen that I would do something unexpected that would offend you. And you said there was nothing.
I'm not offended. I'm just curious why you don't eat it.
I want to know what it is first.
It's local. We grow it here at the temple. We call it thorn fruit.
Okay. Awesome. Thorn fruit. I'll make note of that.
Try some.
I was wondering if there's a way for an elementalist to be able to do some sort of nature identification ritual with one of these.
Unfortunately,
Is Jun available?
Unfortunately, I took a level in Wayfarer instead of taking the elementalism ritual stuff, so I cannot help you there. Unfortunately,
Well,
at least I don't
paranoid.
think-
I thought you already had elemental levels.
I have elementalism as a class, but I do not have elementalism ritualism. I just have regular ritualism,
Right.
which just lets me like detect magic and manipulate soul stones. I think it said, and that's about it.
Grim, did
Yes.
Quinn come down there when they went to go eat?
That's up to you. I mean, you're a grown boy, so you're probably hungry.
All right. So since I'm down there, he's like farting around. I'm like, "Oh, is it good? Oh, just eat it."
It kind of reminds you of whatever the world equivalent of char siu sauce is.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of sticky, sweet, barbecuey, sort of type taste to it. Almost meaty.
If Bob hasn't ate his because he's being too paranoid about it, I reach over his plate, grab them.
Is anyone else subjecting their meals to scientific experimentation?
Nah, mostly I'm just kind of figuring it out by tasting it and figuring I could probably use some of this in my next concoction.
June is eating it very gingerly, as if something. If anyone was watching her, you're like, "What is she doing? This is totally unlike her."
Devlin has probably stepped out to go and barter for some of the plum wines that they make here.
Yes, they're perfectly happy to trade that with you in exchange for you just telling them about some of the flight routes, things you've encountered in the skies.
Oh, easily.
Yeah,
He's
they're happy
started
to trade.
started to probably swap some stories, tell some tales of going up into the high stratosphere, the fights we've had. He's bragging a little bit.
Okay, so can Quinn make an insight willpower roll, please?
Sure. 3.
No.
Oh dear. Okay. Can Jun make an insight willpower roll, please?
I will certainly try.
It's poison. Why does
Here we
my
go.
food taste like chloroform?
Rolled a 12.
Okay. Can Devlin make the same roll, please?
You said that was insight and
Willpower.
$11.
Okay. And Neil?
Insight plus willpower, so that's
Yep.
I think it's just an 8 and an 8 for me. Oh no, it's 8 and 10. So and just add them together, right?
Yep.
Okay. I got 15.
Okay. All right. It is a very tasty, good meal. You can have all your magic points and health points back by the
Nice.
time you've eaten your fill and rested and listened to the sounds of the monks. They prepare some beds for you in one of the inner chambers. It's all very ascetic, but quite calm and pleasant here.
Yeah, it makes me really uneasy. I'm uncomfortable in these conditions.
I haven't had a chance to sleep out underneath the trees and that for a while. So me and Drakon go fly up into one of the highest tree branches and lay down and take a nap.
Okay. The rest of you going to take the opportunity to rest here in the simple sanctity of the temple?
Yeah,
Yes.
seems good enough.
Good enough for me.
Okay. Right. Actually, let's take our break there and come back in a quarter of an hour.
Cool.
And then when you come back, I can double cross you all.
Yeah.
What I was expecting.
The other shoe will drop. All right. So we
can
will
see the
see.
cat.
We will
Come
see
on, Michael.
everybody in about 15 minutes.
All right.
See you.
Okay.
Is everyone back?
I'm here.
Yeah, I need to make some music like this too for mine. Did you? I guess you used a program for this.
Yeah, I used Suno.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
the
really
best one.
want to follow you on Suna to see all the music you make, but I couldn't find you on there, Grim. At least as far as I could see.
Most of my music on there is hidden. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I just put it on. I just put it on my YouTube.
That's fair enough.
I hide all mine too. But I don't use Suno.
In, out, okay.
Then that I didn't feel anything, but just move my mouse.
I just wanted to see how cool music you're making.
That's because you're using them in a different way.
You can barely move it.
I'll just mute him. People don't.
I was
want
about to say, it sounds like a conversation we're not supposed to be hearing.
Yeah.
I don't quite feel like listening to a domestic.
So what?
We were hearing your conversation, so.
I helped I was teaching that kid how to drive the motorcycle today, and I had to load it back and forth into my pickup to take it to the place we were driving it, like, twice to get it there and then twice to bring it home. And I didn't have any pain or anything. I picked up my mouse, and suddenly my arm just shot with pain. So I pulled something in my arm. I just don't know how to get it with the mouse.
I was helping my mom pull weeds earlier today, and it's like my middle and the finger next to it just swole up really bad from all the pressure I was exerting ripping those things out.
I had to make a quick sprinting dash to stop a child's Jeep from running into a car yesterday and pulled up my leg.
Ow. We're all getting old, man.
Dude, I'm at the age where I step up, I get out of my chair, and I sprain my ankle.
I pulled a Charlie horse getting out of my chair the other day.
Right, my favorite is when you wake up and something just goes ping, and that's it. You're fucked all day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Waking up in more pain than I went to bed. No, that's not how it's supposed to work.
I mean,
that's what my arm feels like, man. it's so bad I can barely move it now. Just all of a sudden.
I'd love to be at least 15 years younger again. At
I've
least.
always felt like I should be 50, so
You're now comfortable?
yeah, and I feel like I've grown into myself. Yeah,
This is
Not
what
quite.
I'm born for.
yeah, not quite old, but not young, and justifiably grumpy.
So which queen, as you grow up, this is what you get to look forward to.
Yes.
Mhm.
Sorry,
It's all
Random
downhill
pain.
from here. Enjoy it
I
while you
am fine wine. I just get better with age.
Correct.
My wife dropping in her 2 cents.
It's a valid opinion.
She lied as she breathed.
Actually, you know what? Which is funny because it really is true with her. Like she doesn't look half her age. She's get no problems, and then I get all of them. You know.
She's a witch. She's cursing you with all her problems.
She goes off and does these 18th century reenacting things, and I have a hard time just crossing the room now. You know?
The funny thing is, I'm older than him.
Rub salt in the wound, why don't you?
I don't know. Women were just meant to age. Guys are just meant to die young, I guess.
Yeah.
That's my theory. That men were not meant to live past 50. That's why you hit 50 and everything just falls apart the next year.
Uh-huh.
Live fast, die young, blame someone else.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Shall we get back to the game rather than grumbling about being old?
Yeah.
Kids today, no respect. Get off my lawn.
Thank God I don't have a guard.
I do, and unfortunately, it requires maintenance.
But are there kids on it?
And also
Not
turned down
normal.
for me too.
Mostly just animals.
Right. During the night.
They slit our
In-
throats.
Quinn sleeps nestled up in the tree with Drakon curled up at his feet. You dream that you are the tree and the tree is you and you are the tree.
There we go.
You feel your roots in the soil of the mountain. You feel all your little vessels and parts intermingling with the temple. You feel information flowing through you from the bottom of your roots to the tips of your branches. And then you see yourself through the eyes of the tree. It sees you the way it would see the insects crawling on its bark, the things coiling around its roots. And it makes a little tweak here and a little adjustment there.
What?
The king is the land. It is the king.
So that's just all a dream, right?
Well, you start awake with Drakon nudging you with his head.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me know as soon as possible. And we'll
Right.
Bad dream?
I'll give him a call and see what happens to him, okay?
I was dreaming I was like the tree.
You're dreaming that you got a phone call.
Yeah, is there
I told her to go in the other room.
That's what dragon language sounds like. Not done calling your wife a dragon.
That was near shot.
No.
So, so I told him I was just dreaming. I was part of the tree and one with it. Did you? You didn't eat the fruit, did you? Did you dream after you ate it? I think maybe it hurt my stomach.
Tasted okay to me.
No, I'm talking to Drakon.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
Right,
way up in the tree. I'm nowhere near any of you guys.
Yeah. No, I ate the fish. Fish is good. Fruit is boring. Vegetables are boring. Rice is boring. I like meat.
Oh, well, I guess we could just go back to sleep unless you want to go somewhere, Drakon.
You started to smell funny. Let's go down to the others.
Okay. Fly down with Drakon.
Yeah. He glides down. You make your way in where the others are. Right.
Drakon has this really rough voice, but I still imagine him as you, looking like Uni from D&D, the cartoon.
Frank Welker.
Right. Neil, you're asleep. You're dreaming that you're tending to an orchard of trees with all manner of different fruit growing from the same tree.
Okay, I've never really expressed an interest in botany so much. I'm mostly just a gourmet, and occasionally I flick cards, but this is different. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should think about growing my own things, but I don't have any room for that on my ship. So
That feels right. You should tend plants. You should take care of greenery. You should grow your own ingredients in like window boxes and
Every chef's
Honestly,
dream is to have their own farm, right?
yeah, it is.
you could raise pigs in Quinn's cabin.
Yeah, he wouldn't mind. He'd like the extra warmth. Except that he'd probably get attached to them, and then I'd have a hard time killing them.
Or Drakon would eat them.
That too, yeah.
Do you
And
want
then the
to
island
do
part.
do you want to do anything in your dream?
See if the dream inspires me to find any new flavors or any new meals that I could use with the native fruits that I found around here.
Yeah, you sort of wander through the orchard thinking about that. You reach up and pluck a pear from one of the branches. And when you go to bite into it, it bites you, and you wake up.
Shit. Okay, that was a weird one.
Okay, it does show the comments, but really, really small.
Just, nope,
ones.
it came up big.
I just made it come up big.
Oh,
Tried to pig's fecal matter to start a methane energy-based empire in Lalabarter Town from Mad Max 3. Yes, we could. We could do that.
Runs Butter Town.
Master Blaster.
Okay then. So, yeah, you start to wake. Brr.
Well, check the time and probably go hop over to the kitchen to start cooking. Because the cook always wakes up early.
Yep. So you head on back to the ship. While everyone else is still asleep, because, yeah, chefs get up early. Okay, can you make an inside roll, please?
I can attempt it. I can't actually promise you I can make it, but... I got an 11.
An 11, you say?
Not a horrible roll, but...
Yeah, that's reasonable. Easy difficulty is 7, normal difficulty is 10. So 11's not bad. Alright. Something's off. Yeah, everyone should be on shore leave, but there should have been people on watch at the ship. But nobody seems to be out on deck or keeping an eye on things. The lights are still on, but you can't see anybody.
Okay. I was going to say I'm going to go wake up Bao, but that's a dumb idea. So I'm going to go wake up Devlin because he's more mature.
Okay.
I'm the captain.
Yeah, we're still undecided about that.
Devlin, for his little room, he's got a little hammock that's thrown up because he likes to have the little sway of the ship underneath him. For what little bit there is, so we can always kind of, feel this. That way he can initially kind of feel if the ship is leaving, so it should not.
Yeah. If anyone touches the wheel when you're not around, you'll know it.
Yeah, it's like when you try to take the remote away from Dad. I'm watching that.
Okay, well, Neil bangs on your cabin door.
Go away.
Get up or you don't eat.
Sits up. He's got a bottle of the plum wine. He looks down.
But yeah, an empty bottle of the plum wine.
All right, I'm coming. He gets up. You hear the clink of bottles as he, moves through the door. What? I'm up. What's going on?
We have a problem.
Well, yeah, I'll say we've got problems.
No, not that kind of problem. We have a different kind of problem. We have a problem in that all the people who were supposed to be on watch on our ship were not.
Who was supposed to be on watch tonight?
Rattle off whoever was supposed to be on watch.
Yeah.
Duty
Q
section
and
4.
Q.
So they're not on there.
Well, let's go. Let's go take a look. He's still kind of making himself up from his stupor.
Kind of think we need to round up the rest of our friends and do that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Let's get going because it's never a simple problem, is it?
I'll go get June. You go get Quinn.
All right, so Devil's gonna go off to Quinn's room, thinking he's gonna be there.
I'll go to June's room, thinking she'll be there.
No. they're still asleep in the temple.
But would Devlin know he was there?
It's a reasonable bet. You declined sleeping in the temple because you just prefer to be on board ship. That's part of your persona.
If the tree is as big as you said it was, he'll probably see me flying down from it eventually.
Yeah. That's the trouble with Quinn. He can fly. So he's never where you left him.
Damn kid!
Gets in everything. Can't even hide things on the high shelves.
We have to tie a rope around his leg.
Put ankle weights on him.
A bell line.
You can find the others, and you can reconvene on the top deck of the ship. People who had the weird dreams, you're feeling a bit off.
So, Portent has been with me this whole time. I would have had him standing watch over me as I was snoozing. I asked to report what it observed that could perhaps explain the missing crew.
I was standing watch over you, Master. In the temple, I did not see anything happen on board ship.
Not on
None
board
of the
this-
crew.
The temple. Anything in the temple that was suspicious.
None of the crew entered the temple, Master.
Don't call me master. That's not necessary.
Yes, Dread Overlord.
Thank you. We're
Oh no.
Good thing none of us understand him.
Big boss.
Beep boop. Yeah.
Well, okay. So let's take a look around the ship. What happened here?
Where do you want to start?
How about with the old dude and we put a gun to his head and ask him where the crew is? As I stuff a napalm grenade into his mouth.
Seems a little extreme, but I'll allow it.
So you want to go and interrogate the abbots with extreme prejudice?
Never have.
That's what I want to do. We told them exactly who we were. We're pirates. Any objections, crew?
You're asking us.
So we've all got back together then at this point?
Yeah.
Well, if everybody's missing, can't we just go and ask them if they've seen our crew? Like
what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but you want to be mean and nasty and stick a gun in his face.
Are you a pirate?
Can't we just say, hey, where did everyone go? Are they sleeping in here?
We can, but are you a pirate?
No, look, I'm a cook. And I fix my hat. That I stole from the
Can't you see my hat? You blind.
Do you have a flag? No flag, no country.
Well, my instincts are telling me no. That
step away.
What we
Be right back.
do is that we figure out what gun that I'm going to give Devlin that's going to intimidate this guy the most, and like I said, and we strap a couple grenades to his body and make him answer us.
So you want to build a gun specifically to intimidate monks?
Well, I'm trying to think about what kind of damage would be the most intimidating. Would it be fire? Would it be ice? Because this is these are plant oriented
I can see fire.
fire. All right. So
All I
I'm
know
gonna
is
get
the end of the gun should have like a dragon's mouth, so when it shoots out, it's spewing fire.
You got it. So I put together the components to create this fire shotgun. And give it to Quinn. I mean to Devlin, not Quinn. Give it to Quinn.
don't give Quinn a gun.
Grim. Well, Bao is contemplating violence. I wander around the island speaking to the bugs and the trees and the plants and all the stuff that's not people, and ask them if they saw any of our crew. Anything coming from the ship.
Okay. So yeah, while they're busy, you wander off in the growing dawn light and talk to the various animals around, or try to. None of the plants or animals seem to be particularly willing to talk to you.
Then I ask it why it's not willing to talk to me.
Yeah, you crouch down and you talk to a fist-sized pill bug, but it just bimbles along on its way.
Try to find something like a rabbit or something. Try to talk something a little bigger.
Yeah, okay. You go and check in amongst the roots of the tree. You find a rabbit warren. Can you make an insight roll, please?
12.
It's not like any rabbit warren you've ever seen before. The entrances are all equally spaced. The rabbits don't instantly bolt and hide when you come along like rabbits should. The roots growing near their burrows seem to have sprouted fresh green shoots, which they're nibbling on, and they're digging around the roots and pulling out grubs and bugs and things that were nibbling away at the roots.
Depositing their little poopy pills in the right place to fertilize the roots.
Yes, it's almost like they're tending to the tree.
Okay, so I want to take some time and I'll conduct a ritualism ritual to contact like the spirit of the place and see what's going on, because something obviously is odd.
Right. Can you make an insight willpower roll to complete the ritual?
13. Okay. That's not high enough. I can always blow a Fabula point.
That should be high enough. Okay. As you finish your ritual, your mind opens up to an enormous booming voice in your head that seems to come from virtually every living thing on the island all at once. So, rhizome accepted. Root access granted.
Hilarious.
What do you wish, little sprout?
What's going on here? Our crew walked away from our ship. Do you have our crew?
Your crew are being tithed.
What does that mean?
Their information is being harvested.
Does it hurt them?
Irrelevant.
Nah.
But what if they don't want to be tithed?
They do once the tithing is finished. You are also being tithed, as are most of your friends.
Is everything here connected?
Yes.
Are you the tree?
Yes. I am the tree. I am the microorganisms in the soil. I am the abbot. I am the monks. I am you. Or will be.
Are you trying to hurt everybody, or are you going to help us?
I am trying to help you
What is it you want to help us do?
become one with me.
But why do we want to be one with you? That means that we can't talk to anybody.
You will be able to talk to yourself. We will all be as one. One great system.
That sounds boring.
Irrelevant.
I think you should give back my friends on the ship.
Interesting. But this idea will fade in time.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. I break the ritual.
It's difficult to break the ritual link with it, but you do eventually manage to sever it.
Drakon, flame the tree.
He looks up at the gigantic tree. It's like, what, all of it?
All of it.
I don't know that I can.
Start.
It's too big.
Start. And I start pulling in wellspring from the ship's engine to make fire, and I start flaming it too.
Do you want to tell the others what's going on before you set fire to the tree? Or
well, I'm sure once they start running over here because I'm setting fire to the tree, we'll have a discussion about it.
Does your wellspring cost you magic points?
Yep, 5 each time I do.
Okay. So yeah, Quinn wandered off while you were discussing what to do, and as is wont to happen when he wanders off, you start hearing explosions and shouting. And a bunch of monks come running out from the interior of the temple in lockstep with each other.
And we fly way up into the tree branches while we flame it, by the way, where we're nice and out of reach.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So yeah, you were all discussing what to do. Then Quinn went off, magically communed with the tree, and then started setting fire to it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are we committing arson on the temple grounds?
It's literally the meme for community.
I'm gonna need initiative rolls.
Shite.
Well,
Let's go. Devlin gets to lead us.
Yes,
Do I
so Devlin's
roll
leading.
initiative?
Everyone
Am I
else rolls
sorry.
initiative. And the difficulty is only 8.
Well, I missed it by 1.
That's good. That's
Well,
what
I rolled a 9, so
remember
11.
+4 belt.
oh right, 13.
Okay.
Yeah, I just gave you the belt. Make sure you wear it.
I got
rolled
a
an
5.
11.
All right.
Actually,
well, anyone
I
who built
got
8.
I got
Okay.
2.
Well, anyone who beat 8 gets to add that to Devlin's score.
All right. That was me.
Me as well.
Okay.
So there's 2 more to Devlin.
June, what'd you get?
I got a 2.
Oh, so yeah, you and me are the ones who didn't add anything.
Yeah, I have a -3 penalty to my initiative, so
All right. I think we'll finish this initial skirmish, and then my back is starting to hurt, so I'm afraid we're going to have to finish early again.
Okay.
I hope that's all right.
Yeah, it's
All right.
I'm actually sore too. So
Okay.
I have delicious bow waiting on me.
Bow buns?
Mhm.
Don't bite Bow's buns. He's underage.
She likes it.
All right. Who wants to go first? Quinn, probably.
sure. I'm just flaming the tree. So like I said,
Yeah.
going way up high though, like way above the branches. flaming down on it.
Do we have melee opponents or do we have ranged opponents?
Well, you have a bunch of monks running out in weird sort of synchrony with each other. You know, each step is the same, even though they're sprinting.
Well, cards it is then.
Flames spread across the bark, blossom in the tree withers, leaves curling on themselves, and a sort of psychic pain signal echoes through almost all the life on the island. You all take 1 health point of damage because you're not fully integrated yet.
Okay. Even me, that I didn't eat anything?
You don't take any damage.
Yeah, good.
The monks who've rushed out stumble a bit more and lose their synchronicity with each other. Right. They mostly seem to be setting their attention on Quinn. One of them summons green magic around himself and brings his arm up, and lashing vines snap out, erupting from the tree's bark and reaching for Quinn. So, that's Dex plus Might. What's Quinn's defense?
6.
Okay, you are struck for 10 points of damage, and your dexterity is dropped 1 die type for 1 turn.
Would that be considered a ranged attack?
Yes, it would. Do you want to deflect it?
I would like to.
Okay.
What's my spending?
They rolled 9 to hit.
Then I'm rolling 9.
Yeah, spending 9 magic points. Yeah, so you see the vines lash out towards Quinn, shoulder your gun, and fire flaming bolts into them. Fire does seem to be very effective.
Grim,
Yes.
if I need to, I'll spend a Fabula point, but I was trying to make sure that I was up and away from the entrance because I saw where the entrance was. That was the whole point of flying up above the trees.
But
above the tree.
Trouble is, everything here can sense you. These ranged magical attacks come from anywhere. So.
Yeah, I know that. I just don't want the guys on the ground to see me. So
yeah. Okay. So who wants to go next?
I would like to go next. So as these monks are coming, I want to target the one at the back of the pack with a 5-way reversal gravity manipulation bomb. It's an area effect, pulls all targets 1 zone inward towards the blast center. The center target takes bonus damage, GM defined, and all targets are staggered, lose next turn.
Okay.
So a dex, and I'm sorry, insight dex, it doesn't matter, they're D8s. Oh, good. 14, 7, 7.
Okay, so that's but that's not the maximum on the dice, is it?
No, 16 is the maximum.
Yeah. Okay. But that is a hit, and it draws 2 additional targets into its effect. So how much damage does it do?
At GM defined, that means that it makes it very cheap for me to use IPs on, but other than doing an effect, it's up to you. Like,
okay.
Meaning, so now there was a crit, there could be damage, but normally there would not be.
Okay. But what it does do means they can't take actions at the moment. Okay, so yeah, there's a sort of warping sound, and all the air kind of sucks in around the implosion as the bomb goes off, sucking 3 of these monks together into a big tangle, and they go sprawling on the ground. The one who escaped the effect and hasn't gone yet.
Oh, this is the little line for it. It's not pulling you in. It's reminding you where down is.
Okay, so they go crump flat. Right, so the one who hasn't gone turns towards Bao and starts running towards him and sort of whips his hand, and a spiky seed comes flying out of a hole that opens up in his flesh, and you can see green tendrils and growths beneath. What is your physical defense?
Oh, 11.
You are struck. Take 14 health of damage.
Oh, holy shit.
And you have a spiky seed stuck in your skin with lots of sharp little hooks. All right, who wants to go next?
Still rolling.
In that case, let me kind of be simple and try to shoot the one that try to shoot a monk at Shotgun.
Yep.
I do. Alrighty, and we
Is
are
June in here
at...
with the party still?
Yeah, you're still with the party.
Okay, cool. So I'll do something next.
Could definitely make his roll.
Yep. Rolled 9-1, and can I spend a Fabula point to reroll one of those?
Yes.
It was the same number. However, I still rolled a 12.
Okay, which is just barely a hit. How much damage?
Let's see. 9. That'd be 19 fire.
Right. Is vulnerability double damage?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 38 points of damage. All right. So you shoulder the dragon rifle, pull the trigger, fire gems gleam along the sides of it, and a bolt of hellish flame surges forth and scorches him. He makes a shrieking sound like green wood tossed into a bonfire and recoils. He does not look well. They've all gone, so anyone who hasn't gone can now take a turn.
Yes. Combining bitter and sour ingredients together, I make a multi-attack. So, I guess I still have to roll to hit.
Yeah, so you're charging into the middle of them and hacking about you with your chef knife.
Oh, basically.
All right, go for it.
Yep. I get a free attack with a weapon I have equipped, and it deals no damage, but it applies delicacy effects, and since I'm a weapon master, I can burn off 10 points to get multi, so that's 2 attacks. Cuts me down to 55, and so let me roll my dice.
So what's the ingredient effect?
Well, let's see. Accuracy is what, D8 plus 1. So I guess I have to roll to hit first. So
It should say for whatever weapon you're using, or
yeah. Okay, so D8 plus 1. So I got 8 in total.
that is not enough to hit them. Or is it a magic attack?
It's a cooking attack, but
Yeah, we'll call that. I think that's magic, but that's still not enough. You'll need to spend a Fabula point.
I will spend a Fabula point.
Okay, re-roll whichever dice was the lowest.
All right. Oh, that's much better. We're all the way up to 13.
Okay, that is very definitely a hit. What's the effect?
Okay. The effect on this bitter and sour is each of this delicacy's targets suffers. I have to pick one, so I'm going to say weak.
Okay.
And it deals 20 points of, we'll say, fire damage, because they don't seem to like fire very much.
Okay. So how much damage?
20 points.
So 40, because it's fire.
Let's
and
try
how many
some
can you-
bulldog sauce.
And how many can you hit?
Well, it's a multi-attack. So let me double check. You apply its effects to yourself or an ally you can see, or you perform a free attack with a weapon you have equipped. This attack deals no damage, but you apply the delicacy's effects to each enemy hit by the attack. So
So how many a hit? You did a multi-attack.
So
So
do I have to go ahead and roll another hit?
that'll be 2 attacks. Yeah, so roll the
Okay.
second attack.
Second attack is a total of 13.
Okay. All right. So you dart into the middle of them, toss a bunch of ingredients into the air, slash across them with your knife, and scatter the sauce, the seasoning, and the herbs and spices across these plant-infected monks. Where it hits their skin, it ignites and burns away the chlorophyll that's running through their veins. One of them curls up in on himself with an ungodly shriek, and then just sort of crumbles away into ash. Another
Body
one is
snatchers.
horribly burned all the way down one side of his body with chemical burns that continue to hiss and steam. The poor guy looks hideous. Anyone else not gone? Jun hasn't gone, I don't think.
Yeah.
And that was just from the sauce.
Yeah.
It's Jun's turn.
My special chili.
Just drink some milk, you'll be
I am
fine.
going to cast Flare on the enemy that is least damaged, if possible.
Okie doke. Go for it.
Okay. 20 points. And it says you channel a single ray of fire towards your foe. Its temperature so high that it will pierce through most defenses. Target suffers 5 roll plus 25 fire damage, then dealt by the spell ignores resistances. So, what do I roll exactly?
I know what my next action is going to be.
Willpower? Or willpower plus insight? Because
I should say.
Oh, it says
element-
offensive elemental spells, insight plus willpower for the magic check. My bad. Need to read
Okay,
that.
there you go. Go for it.
Okay. Go up to
Vulnerability really makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So are they
Okay.
vulnerable to fire?
They are vulnerable to fire.
Ha! I found it.
That's an 8 for the attack.
You need 9.
Damn it.
So do you want to
I
spend a Fabula
will.
point?
Yes, I will. Oh, I actually have 6 Fabula points because we get 1 at the start of the session, so I'm done fine.
So you can
Okay,
reroll your
so-
left dice.
Yep. Same thing.
Do you want to spend another one?
Yes, I do.
It would be a shame to waste all those magic points.
Yeah.
Okay, I now have a 6 and a 5 for a total of 11.
Okay, that's enough to hit. So how much damage?
That is 6 plus 25, so 31 damage.
Doubled. 62 damage. All right, you go through a complicated sword kata, and then stop abruptly, pointing your sword with the tip quivering towards one of these plant monks. There's a huge blast of flame, and he is just completely incinerated, just ash blowing away on the wind. Like I said, vulnerability really seems to make a difference. Is that everyone gone? I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah, I think so.
New turn. The ones who are knocked flat get up.
No, they lost a turn.
Oh, sorry. This is the turn that they miss, isn't it? Yeah.
If
And last turn.
do they attack first since we had people who ended our turn?
No, because you won initiative, so one of you gets to go.
Okay. Do you guys mind if I go first? Because this is going to be fairly dramatic.
Well, I wanted to hit these 3. I set these 3 up for my next shot.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with them.
All right,
Well,
go for
not
it.
directly. I'm hoping it does, but not directly.
Well, mine's going to be really cool and dramatic.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm going to spend 10 magic points, mental points to energize my bracer, to give the disabled lose next action, and hit them with a dragon's napalm.
Okay.
All right. They can't.
So they're helpless. So yeah, you only need to get a very low difficulty to hit them.
All right. Well, good because I got a 10.
Okay. Well, that's enough to hit.
Awesome.
1, 2.
So that's area of effect. So it should hit all 3 of them. It's 30 points base damage, 5 burning for 1d4 turn, and the terrain ignites. Plus they lose next action.
They try to get up, and then your flaming flask of napalm lands in the middle of them and explodes, showering them all in sticky, burning, horrendous chemical fire. They are consumed rapidly, leaving faintly woody skeletons in the middle of the conflagration.
Because napalm sticks to monks.
It lights, it lingers, and it loves to dance. So it's also set the terrain on fire as well.
Yeah. The one remaining monk decides that you are the highest priority. Most definitely. And flings another seed at you.
Can somebody try to shoot that seed so it doesn't hit me?
It's
Devlin's
Devlin's
turn.
turn.
I can do that.
It would be 11 magic points to intercept the seed.
Okay, yep. I can spend it. Leaves me with 14 points, so I can probably block like one more shot.
All right.
So you blast the seed out of the air. The one earlier that struck you goes bang, but it's so close to the surface of your skin it doesn't actually hurt you.
Oh.
But it explodes, flinging little seeds out in all directions.
Oh, cool.
All right, who wants to go? Who wants to go next?
It's-
you guys don't mind?
It's just one guy, right?
One guy left, yes, but
Yeah.
Quinn may want to do something.
Okay,
horrendous.
Quinn, do your thing.
All right. So for my action, I cast Arrow Hex. So I pull in the air from around, and it what do you call it? A blast furnace. It stokes the flames on the tree, and as it does, I fling out all 8 of my inventory points as fire shards, and when they all explode, the total damage with the effective Arrow Hex is 30 times 8 40 plus Dracon's 10 points, which is also doubled, comes to 260 damage.
Wow.
To the tree.
Jesus.
To the tree itself, right?
To the tree itself.
Yeah.
Woo!
What tree?
Yeah. So there is an enormous firestorm that engulfs huge parts of the top of the tree. Flames spread over every limb. There's loud creaking and popping and a screaming sound as sap boils and shrieks out of splits in the bark.
What was the name of this monastery? Dresden?
The one remaining monk screams, falls to the ground, clutches his head, and steam starts to pour out of his ears and eyes and mouth, and then he just keels forward, done for.
Oh, that was easy.
Well, time to start looting the island. Pirates.
I had a
find
peach of
our
a hand ready for him too.
Well, you may
4, 5,
still
6,
you,
7.
you may still need it because
Okay.
cliffhanger time.
Oh.
As the blaze rips through the tree, the whole thing heaves. A bunch of roots close to the temple break open, and an enormous bundle of roots hauls itself out by its many tendrils. You can see hundreds of bright green eyes on its central ball, and issues an angry shriek as it lifts itself up. It's maybe 3 times as tall as you are, lashes out with its roots, and starts to pull and tumble its way towards you.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Freeze frame and into the combat screen. Okay, that will be it for tonight, I am afraid, because I need to rest my back.
So, Grim, were you expecting that one?
I was not expecting that. No, no.
Yeah, 200 points is pretty stout.
Yeah, 260, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Grim,
Do you want to write down your hand so that you know what you had?
well, actually, I was gonna say, can I just go ahead and spend it now so you can subtract the hit points on the
Okay.
next?
Yeah.
So
Let's do it now then.
okay, so it'll be 37 points, and it will be fire damage. Actually, no, wait, I can't do fire damage. I don't have the right suit for that, so the next best thing is gonna be air damage.
One second. Make it bolt damage. Can you do bolt?
I can do air, earth, fire, and ice.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. Because you would have got a bonus if you could done it.
I know, but I can't do bolt. It's earth, air, fire, and ice. That's it. And I don't want to do ice.
Why not? Frost is terrible for plants.
It is, but I figure air is actually a better attack at this point, just because it's already on fire.
All right, so let me just note down the damage here.
Now I don't have to worry about my hand or my turn next time.
And he's got the arrow hex that'll stay on him.
Yeah. So a massive blast of air issues from the cards, strikes the thing. It sort of staggers it, knocks it back slightly, like tumbleweed, and it is hit by loose rocks and hot embers, and shrieks again and hauls itself harder towards you. All right. Next time, big boss battle, and then loot the temple, I guess.
Are you going to deal with experience or do that next time?
You can have... Well, how many Fabula points do people spend?
I spent 4 total.
I spent 2.
5, 6. How many did Devlin spend? Any?
I know he spent at least 1.
Okay.
Because I remember that reroll he did, but I don't know.
How many did Niall spend?
At least 1. Just 1.
Okay. And how many did Bao spend?
2.
Okay, you can have 2 experience points each now, and then once you finish defeating it and looting everything, you'll get your regular experience next time.
That's
Okay.
Awesome.
Rest well.
All right, take care, everyone. We will see you next week. There's no tabletopless next week, so I should be better rested, and I should be feeling even more better. So hopefully next week we can go for the full time span.
Awesome.
Mo
Just
better,
work out on
mo
Tuesday.
better, mo better.
More better. All right, and is it a holiday in the US tomorrow? Isn't it Memorial
Yes.
Day or something?
Yes.
Right, and we have a bank holiday that's just a bank holiday. So I'll see everyone in the week. Take care.
Okay, see ya.
Night all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.